They said Ward 7 of Blackwood Asylum was a place you checked into but never checked out of. As an investigative journalist, I'd heard stories like this 1,000 times. Local legends, campfire tales meant to spook teenagers. But the sheer volume of disappearances connected to this place, the way the townspeople refused to even speak its name above a whisper, that was different. They called it the Silent Ward, a place where the desperate and the damned were sent, only to vanish from all records. My editor told me to drop it, that it was a dead end. But a good story is a ghost that haunts you. And this one had its hooks in deep. Armed with my camera and a healthy dose of skepticism, I decided to find out what really happened behind those locked doors. Tonight, I was going to be its last patient. The air inside was thick and cold, heavy with the scent of decay and antiseptic. Moonlight streamed through grimy, barred windows, illuminating peeling paint and overturned gurneys that stood like skeletal remains. My footsteps echoed unnervingly down the long, silent corridor, each one a drumbeat in the oppressive quiet. I started in the records room, prying open a rusted filing cabinet. The patient files within were a gallery of horrors. They weren't medical charts. They were journals of madness. Patients described a shadow surgeon, a figure who stalked the halls at night, his presence heralded by the smell of formaldehyde and the whisper of surgical steel. As I read, a faint whisper slithered from the far end of the hall. My own name carried on a cold draft. I spun around, camera raised, but there was nothing, just shadows, dancing and twisting in the periphery, playing tricks on a mind primed for fear. Or so I told myself. A door at the end of the hall slammed shut with a deafening bang. And I knew I wasn't alone, drawn by an unseen force. I moved towards the source of the noise, my heart pounding against my ribs. It was a door I hadn't noticed before, hidden behind a collapsed bookshelf. Pushing it open, I found myself in a place that shouldn't exist. A perfectly preserved, yet spectral operating theater. The room was bathed in a sickening, ethereal green light, emanating from the antique surgical lamp hanging over a central operating table. Instruments gleaming and sharp were laid out with meticulous care on a steel tray, untouched by the dust and ruin that consumed the rest of the ward. Then I saw him, a tall, gaunt figure in a blood-stained surgeon's gown, materialized by the table. His face was a mask of cruel concentration, his eyes hollow pits of darkness. He wasn't looking at me, but through me, as if preparing for his next procedure. The whispers were louder now, a chorus of tormented voices trapped within the walls, all begging for release. The shadow surgeon wasn't a delusion. He was the collector, and this theater was his display case for souls. He turned his head slowly, the sound of cracking vertebrae echoing in the chilling silence. Those black, empty eyes locked onto mine, and a horrifying grin stretched his spectral face. The room plunged into an icy cold, my breath catching in my throat as a wave of pure malevolence washed over me. I tried to run, to scream, but my feet were rooted to the floor, my voice stolen. He was the reason no one ever checked out. This wasn't just a haunting, it was a harvest. The surgeon raised a ghostly scalpel that glinted with otherworldly light, and the chorus of whispers crescendoed into a symphony of shrieks. He lunged forward, the ghostly instruments and his terrifying, grinning face filling my camera's lens. My final report would never be filed. My last words a silent scream as I became the newest exhibit in his collection. I could only hope that someday someone would find my camera and finish the story I had started.
Subscribe if you dare.